this girl Tribbie is a monstrosity, and we need to talk about why she is a must for all of our accounts. Let's talk about it. What's going on, YouTube? Pleasure here once again. This time it's you again with some more Honkai Star Rail, and it's time to talk about Tribbie. All right. Now, saying that she's a must for all our accounts, that's a pretty big claim. It's huge. It's a huge claim. And, you know, as things typically go in Star Rail, you know, we're pretty infamous for overhyping every single character. It is what it is. We do it all the time. I do it too sometimes. It is what it is. But I'm telling you guys right now that I say this for a reason. I hype her up for a reason, because I do want people to understand the value of this pick right here. Now, I want to say that Tribbie right now is going to be one of the most valuable picks, one of the most valuable summons that we're going to have, that we've had in a while, and that we're going to have in the near future. I do want to hammer that home, because let's face it, she's a Harmony unit. And in this game, Harmony units are one of the most important picks that you can get. Time and time again, this has been proven. They have a higher value than the DPSs. They have a higher value than the sustains. Through and through, they have proven themselves to be top of the line. Look all the way to when we got our first Harmony, Ron May. She is still a staple in some of the most meta teams that we have to this day. Here, we're going into 3.1. And she came out in 1.6. Then we have Sunday. Everybody and their mother wants Sunday on the team. Junior Wong got a buff from Sunday, but then you had somebody like Agalea who came out who needed Sunday, where people, including me, don't even recommend you pulling for Agalea unless you have Sunday, you know? And this seemingly might be the same when it comes to Tribbie. Tribbie is going to be a character that you're really going to want on the team when you're looking at all these new units that you're going to be interested in, the ones that we've seen and the ones that we've yet to see. So Tribbie is going to be among those options. We saw what Tribbie can do a bit within the live stream. Obviously, they don't give us numbers and such, and we'll probably get those in sometime this week when we get the early access videos within, you know, the next couple days or so. We have a good amount of information on her to understand what she does officially. Tribbie is somebody that is going to give res pen to the team, and is also going to add damage vulnerability to the enemy. So it's going to decrease the amount of damage that the enemy takes, and also going to give you penetration to help you damage enemies even more. Now, this is an outstanding buff to give to the team. And outside of the fact that she deals damage herself too, this is a crazy buff to give to the team because of how versatile it is. Now, I heard somebody say before, I've actually heard a couple people say it, where that they thought Tribbie was going to be niche, right? That she's just going to be a herder support and call it a day. After hearing this info, it is safe to say that this is the complete opposite of niche. Matter of fact, Tribbie, with the information that we have, is going to be the most versatile Harmony unit that we do have. Because every type of damage that is dealt in this game by any DPS is going to benefit from Tribbie's buffs, which is more than you can say about any other Harmony unit. The closest to come to that is Ron May. So when we talk about adding the res pen, as we know, res pen is a pretty big deal. That's what made Ron May so great when she gave us our 20% res pen. And that's what makes Robin's E1 so powerful, is because it gives us that res pen. And she just gives that in her base kit. And on top of that, she has vulnerability, which we also know how great it is when we looked at units like Zhao Cho. So increasing the amount of damage that the enemy takes, no matter who you're dealing with, whether it's dot, whether it's break damage, whether it's just straight up crit damage, it doesn't matter what type of damage you're dealing to the enemy, it is going to increase with these type of buffs. And not only that, it doesn't matter if you're an attack scaler, and it doesn't matter if you're an HP scaler, it doesn't matter if you're a defense scaler. Everybody's damage gets brought up by these types of buffs. And what does that mean? Well, guess what? Units that scale off of HP will benefit from this, like, I don't know, Blade. I believe they did tell us that Mighty is going to be scaling off of HP too within the live stream. So that's already people that's going to benefit from that. Someone like Hurdle, who we just got, is going to be able to benefit from that greatly. And who knows what other gimmicks you might have that might kind of try and sell around Hurdle also, you know? And we'll get more into that soon, very, very soon, because we're going to get to early access soon. But that's fantastic. But then also it makes you think, well, what about characters that have a lot of, that can have diminishing returns with certain characters? Like, for example, someone like Jing Liu has somewhat of an anti-synergy with someone like Robin, because Robin gives a whole bunch of attack and Jing Liu gives herself a whole bunch of attack. So you get diminishing returns. So then what happens is, even though Robin is a fantastic unit, she doesn't buff Jing Liu as much as she should, you know, as much as Jing Liu wants. Well, guess what? You don't have to worry about any of those diminishing returns when these are the type of buffs that you're getting from Tribbie. So now you're looking at older units getting buffed, because you don't have, you know, Sealy, who gets a whole bunch of damage bonus, worrying about getting more damage bonus and getting that diminishing returns, because she's going to get more res pen and she's going to have more vulnerability on the enemy, so she's going to do more damage now too. We also have reason to believe that this is also leading up to, you know, Castris, who's very likely going to benefit very greatly from Tribbie also. So we can have somebody who's buffing old units like Jing Liu and Blade, and we're gonna have somebody who's gonna be the best in slot for characters like Castris, Maide, and the Herda. Like, this is somebody who is going to be the talk of the town for a long time. And units like that you don't really want to miss out on, you know, because now you're gonna worry about who you're going to use in place of, you know, that Harmony unit. And it's tough to struggle when you're getting all these different new units. Situations like this, which makes you somewhat immune to power creep, because when you have strong support units like this, it allows you to even use your older units and brings them up to snuff. A while ago, I made a video about Celia, how Celia is still able to clear all the hardest content in the game. But the only way she's able to do that is because she's using the newer Harmony support units that bring her up to par with what the current meta asks for. If I'm using somebody that is a Harmony unit from 1.0, she's having a tough time. You know, if I'm using Ting Yun and Bronya to buff my Celia, then she's gonna have a rough time. So I'm just really trying to hammer home the fact that Harmony units are so cracked, and this is especially the case in Tribbie's situation. So for those of you guys who are on the fence, who are thinking, should I skip Tribbie? I really don't think you should. I really don't think you should. If you're thinking, if you really like My Day and you have to choose between the two, then maybe you might have to choose My Day on a rerun, you know? But getting that Harmony unit is just going to be just a game changer, and definitely going to be a priority that you want to take advantage of. But, you know, who am I? Again, I'll tell you, pick who you want. If you are dead set on getting somebody else and you don't feel that you're going to have the funds to be able to get Tribbie and whoever else you wanted to get, you know, do what you want to do. You know, of course, at the end of the day, it's a video game and you play it for enjoyment. But for those of you who are just trying to be educated on the matter, well, consider yourself educated, all right? But yeah, what do you guys think? Which way are you guys going to go? Are you guys going to be pulling Tribbie? Did this enlighten you in any way, shape, or form? Definitely leave that down in the comments down below. Like the video if you like the content I am giving. Of course, subscribe to the channel so you get more content like this. Find it here. Legendary.